Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again. I'm actually back at the Bangkay Mall. Bangkay Mall, the Mall Bangkay they call it, which is out west of Bangkok. I'm actually meeting up with Ian again. He was crawling the walls in his hotel room, nothing to do. And I said, well, I really don't want to go out and make any big point of going anywhere. But I did think of a topic to talk about today because I've been having a couple of conversations recently. And that's to do with long-distance transgender relationships. A little bit of a spin on the video I did last October, about long-distance relationships, but more from the transgender or the ladyboy point of view. Because these last few conversations, they've been interesting and they've thrown a few questions my way. Now, I'm no expert at this whole situation, but I thought I'd be able to share my thoughts on some of these questions that they've thrown out. I'm not going to use anybody's names, of course. I'll keep their identities private because you know how it is with sort of some of the internet trolls. They just seem to love, making some sort of point about some sort of relationship deal that they just don't understand. Well, quite frankly, who gives a fuck? You don't understand it? Go shoot yourself. Seriously. But anyway, now I just got to find. He said he was at a coffee shop somewhere. There's Amazon here. I don't know if he said Amazon. I've got to put my earphones on and find out where he is. Anyway, copy in a minute. Yeah, had no problem finding him. He's just here. See, paying for his Amazon coffee. I don't like Amazon coffee. But anyway, so let's get into talking about what I want to know. We're not going to do the same subject today. I know when we've been out, we tend to do the same thing. That's another thing we're going to talk about today is, if we're going to go out and do things together, let's try to sort of break up the actual style of vlogs so that we're not always covering the same subject, or we're covering the same subject from a different point of view or something like that. But anyway, Tim's on his way up as well, so I've suggested we go up to the Miso coffee joint. They do a really wonderful oregano pork burger there, and I'm starving. I haven't had lunch yet, so there you go. Anyway, so we've just stopped off today. Stopped with Bon Chon Chicken. I don't know if you've actually been to this chicken place. It's a crispy skin, Korean style, deep fried chicken. And it's absolutely to die for. So we'll go like this. Tim, hi Tim. you buy 6 pieces like this, and just it's seriously, it's just to die for. Anyway, enough of the filming the food bit. I know it tastes better when you film it. And Mitsubishi are doing a little bit of a display here today. That seems rather inexpensive before the film. Cars, Milan. Yeah. It's not a car show. I did see something on Facebook about that. They said that they were doing some sort of promotion, but it's too small. Anyway, so we're just now looking for some little place we can sit down, and I talked to the guys about the topic of the discussion on this video, and I said, why don't you guys sort of, give some feedback on your experiences here as well. Like Tim's, been in a relationship for as long as I've been in a relationship. Ian, on the other hand, he's a single guy, and he's sort of seeing it from the flip side, and what his experiences as well. So maybe they can add a few pointers on the whole relationship deal as well. This mall though is rather unique with this display. Like I've never seen anything like this in Australia, with the fish ponds and oh yeah, the macaws. Yeah. It's yeah, of course you don't really sort of see it because it's a wide angle lens. Anyway, so we're going to try to find some place that we can sit down outside of all the extra noise. I'll probably put the labial mic down so we can, in the centre, so we can have the camera off, get all 3 of us in this shot while we have a discussion. Anyway, so as usual, the mall here, it's quite a big mall, and there's always something going on. Looks like they got, what have we got here today anyway? Well, local cuisine. It's always hard to tell. I don't know what half of these signs, what they say. I know when Sonia's with me, she's always sort of checking it out. What can she buy to take home? Anyway, so what we were talking about when we were having dinner or lunch was this whole idea of relationships, and what I wanted to do is give a bit more of an insight into the transgender sort of side of things, which seems to be sort of challenging a few of the people who have been asking the questions, especially new explorers. Most I said I've had 2 people in the last month have been asking lots of questions about are they gay, to fall romantically involved with a ladyboy, and I find that sort of statement's a bit of a challenge just in the way they say it, because it's your relationship, right? Why are you worried about what somebody else thinks? You're the one who's going to enjoy the relationship. The question is, what's changed your mind, or why are you exploring? Where are you going with that sort of thing? Where are you at? What brought this realization to the forefront? And I don't know how to answer those, because I think everybody's has the same, has a different encounter.
I think it's just a little disorientating, whatever that word is.
Disorientating.
I'm having a hard time for people like that, because ladyboys, it's always been for them black and white.
Yeah.
I definitely know I'm not gay because I don't like men. Okay. And I like women. So now they got this like third sex. Yeah. And it throws them off a bit.
Oh, it doesn't. In the conversations, yeah.
But then there's 2 ways people can go with that. They can either be like these idiots, these religious people, and say it's sinful and get into the hate thing, or because it upsets them, because it disorientates. They can either take it. They're going to take it 2 ways. If they're interested in their sex, they can either go completely crazy and be mean people about it, or they can start to think, well,
I think
why not?
I also get challenged with this thing. They fall into this religious, sort of paradigm where, for some reason, it's against their religious beliefs. Yet here they are having a relationship outside of consigned marriage, which again is the same sin.
I think they say it's a religious thing, but I think it has nothing to do with it. I think it has to do.
It's cherry picking.
Kind of what I said.
Cherry picking their doctrine.
It disturbs them maybe because they find it interesting, and so then they turn into homophobes. That type of thing.
Yeah, but again, it's like the thing I wanted to get out of that part of it is the fact that they are genuinely sort of they're taken by the beauty of these girls.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying the people who are coming to you are like that. They're just trying to get used in their brain to something different.
Yeah, because it's something they just don't know how.
I like this, but it doesn't fit into my box. What I always thought I liked, but I like this. So it's just I think it's going to be an adjustment. Yeah, and that's they're not going the other way. They're exploring it. They're not going the other way and turning it into a hate.
And of course, the biggest challenge again, so we are looking at Thailand specifically because of the obvious transgender everywhere you look.
Yeah, and they're also so much better looking than the transgenders in the West.
Yeah, that's
there's some exceptions, of course.
Yeah. So you've got this situation where this is Thailand, right? You're coming out for a short visit for 2 to 4 weeks, and you fall for one of these girls, right? And then the questions I'm being asked at the moment is this right? I think the most prominent one is, should I be sending them money?
Yeah, well, that's a bit, no another thing. Yeah.
And this is really where I wanted to focus the discussion on, because this is one of the major critical points of a long-distance relationship and a long-distance transgender relationship. I think in my mind, the difference being in a long-distance relationship with a cisgen or a regular girl is they will more than likely have an established career or work, doing something in like retail or banking or whatever they're doing, and it's they are doing a 9 to 5 or a 10 to 6 job, and you're coming over, you're a foreigner, you've met them wherever you've met them, and now you're asking them to have a steady relationship, right? But they have got a regular job, whereas what I'm finding that the guys that are hooking up with the transgenders or ladyboys, the job scope for a ladyboy is very, very limited. You've got a salon, as Sonia's got the salon. Now, before the salon, she was doing hair cutting in a men's salon. Before that, she was at school doing hair styling, study.
Retail and fashion and makeup.
But before that, she was doing cabaret. So I met Sonia when she was doing cabaret. So I never actually fell into this, you need to send me money, right? Because there was no need. She had a career or a vocation that paid her fairly well. Most of the girls in that sort of paradigm, they find careers very difficult. So invariably, more of them tend to be working in a less than public career.
There are obsessions these days. There's lots who go to university.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And start their careers. But the thing is, are these? How are people meeting them? That's the whole thing, right?
Yeah. Where are they meeting? How are they meeting them? And should you send them money? Well, I started sending money to Sonia after about 18 months. But I didn't send her money for spending money. But she was actually sharing a single bedroom loft apartment style building with 3 other transgenders. And I just looked at the living arrangements and I'm going, this is my girl, I can't have that. And I did the numbers, like I was coming out here 4 times a year and I was spending 2 weeks of time in the hotel, and it was costing me like 60,000 baht for a hotel stay for 2 weeks, right? And I said, if I'm doing that 4 times, that's 240,000 baht. So I said, well, it makes sense that if I give you 5,000 baht a month to rent a house, right, I've got an established place, I can leave my stuff here, and you're out of that arrangement.
And you save money too.
And I save money, so it made sense to me to do that. I don't think everybody's going to have that sort of situation present themselves. But again, if the girl is a working girl, a street girl or a working girl, sending the money, how do you know that they're going to stay off the street? Money is the driving factor here in Thailand, right? And even if you're sending them 30,000 baht, 40,000 baht a month to stay off the streets, it's never going to actually keep them off the streets. That's the bottom line. You've got to really you've got to establish a relationship, and there's no way you're going to do that in the first 4 weeks of a trip. So I don't even know why guys are doing that. How they fall. They said it is a lifestyle change. It's a positive thing in their life, or they said it's a positive thing. Where do they want to take this thing here? Okay, so they're transgender. There's no siblings involved in any long-term relationship. That's the first thing. That may appeal to somebody over the age of 50. Last thing I really want to have is new rugrats running around my screen, on my feet. Now my daughter's 29. Okay, she doesn't talk to her dad, but that's beside the point. But quite frankly, I really don't want new kids. Sean has talked about adoption, and I don't think I could ever really bring myself to having an adopted child. I think it's a good move to help somebody else in need, but do I really want a 3 to 5 year old running around the house? We've got Darn's little girl. She's now 11 or something. That's good enough for me. That's about as much of a kid around the household whenever she's down. When school's finished. But anymore, it's just a bit too much.
I don't even know have time for a dog.
Yeah, a dog's a different thing. At least you can sort of take it out for a walk, and then when you go, and you can put the dog in the. But yeah, I don't really see how that is complementary to a household living environment. But getting back to the whole thing, should you send these girls money? I really can't answer that one. But like I just say, it needs to be it needs to be a logical progression of the relationship, as opposed.
Yeah, it shouldn't come out right away. That's for sure.
Anybody that's insisting that the fact that even if she's a bar girl or whatever she's doing, this applies to a ladyboy or a regular girl. If she's insisting the fact that if she's telling you within the first 30 days that she's going to give that up if you send her money, quite frankly, I'd be running for the hills. Just be thankful you've had 30 days of fun and games, and then, unless of course you're prepared to make that commitment to either take her to your country, which again I don't think you should be doing within the first 30 days of meeting somebody. And that's the sort of decision you make after 12 to 18 months. And I don't care if you've had 12 to 18 months of online discussions. It's only that first time that you actually meet and start to see what they're like, and you are intimate. Should you even be considering these things? And then from that, I would like to sort of say a timeline of 12 months. 12 months before you even make any serious commitments. Make sure it's going to stay together without the money. Right? If you can't trust her to be and say what she's going to do, right? And if you're just the cash cow, well, I just think you just got to run away. You haven't said much.
Well, on that subject, I haven't got much sort of input really.
But again, so you've been dating somebody in your 3 months here.
Yeah. On and off of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's sort of started the development of something. But she's not come out with any sort of financial commitments to you, has she?
No.
Apart from the fact she likes to eat at expensive restaurants.
Yeah, yeah.
And she wants to go to the Sky Bar.
Yeah, but apart
and
from
take
that,
photos.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they all want photos. No, apart from that, no, nothing along those lines that you've been talking about. No, not yet.
Yeah, so so how do guys fall into this trap? It's like, to me, it's just a definite sign that you're just going to stay away from it.
Yeah.
But again, look, I don't want to be the thought police, or trying to sort of come up with justifying anybody's potential long-term relationship. You've got to start to think about, what do you want? This is what I've been saying to the guys. What are you looking for? Okay, so in my case, in one situation, it's a failed regular relationship of 12 to 18 months, and he was still on holidays when they broke up. He found enjoyment with talking with a ladyboy at a place where they hang out. I don't know all the details. Next thing, one thing led to another. He's gone home with her and spent 3 days with her. Not sexual, but spent 3 days with her and enjoyed the company. And now he's at that crossroads in his life. He says, I never thought about it before. And now, is this a problem? I'm going, well, I can't see a problem with it. Mind you, I've been dating a transgender for 10 years. If you're going to tell your friends, I'm pretty sure 50% of your friends are going to have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to tell me, well, those friends...
50%, do you think?
Well...
Maybe more, maybe less. You don't know on the friends, do you?
I would have thought a lot less.
Well, let's sort of say it's a good percentage anyway.
Put it this way, in some situations you'd be surprised when you mention things who your friends actually end up being.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's the thing. It's this will help sort out who your real friends are.
Oh yeah, that'll weed out.
Your real friends won't give a damn. The ones who call themselves friends and feel it's going to affect their circle of influence.
Or-
They're the ones who have a problem.
They say they're, like you say, men of the world and all things like that. They're fine with everything, but then if something like that comes up, say for example, they might feel, like you say, like their masculinity might be threatened or something like that, and all of a sudden, homophobic comes out and things like this.
Or they're thinking, oh God, he's got a ladyboy. Next thing he'll be hitting on me.
Yeah, that's gay, and that comes out.
Where these ideas come from? Okay, I've been with Sonia for 10 years. I've been in other transgender relationships in my early 20s. But never once have I really looked at a guy and just said, oh, you look cute. I wouldn't mind. The thought has never come across my mind. I see the beauty and the poise and the way they present themselves. That they have this joie de vivre of being true woman. Right, to the fact that they've faked it for so long that they get extremely good at being a woman. They're actually better than the women I've actually met, if that makes any sense at all. And of course, I've always sort of been, I like they have those moments of being, they'll have a beer with you and they'll just do those sort of things that a regular girl just, oh, I can't do that. But you get them off guard and they're just like your best mate, if that makes sense, because they're cute and they're adorable, and I sit and have a beer with you just because you're having a beer, which I find, unless of course you're dating the more tomboyish girls in Australia. Against my ex-wife, she had those tomboyish attitudes to life. She didn't give a fuck what anybody else has said, and that's why we spent 20 years together, raising our daughter. But again, it was a friend of mine. He was actually American in Australia on a working visa. Showed up to one of my meetups I was running in Australia. He showed up with a ladyboy, an Australian ladyboy, cute blonde. After 20 years of our relationship, actually that stage it was 15 years of our relationship together, it sort of triggered something. I go, God, I used to have fun in my 20s, and I've now had 15 years of married life, and then it's just everything's normal, and then he shows up with this, and I'm going, that's cute. I wouldn't mind nicking them up, and it all comes flooding back, and that's I suppose that was when our relationship started to drift apart. She wanted to be the house mom and all that sort of stuff, and Sarah, she was at that stage she was 14 years old. She didn't want to be mothered anymore. She wanted to be her own self, and of course Angie just found that she was drifting away from her assigned role in the family. So it was just getting very stale. And we're still the best of friends, of course, but it was just one of those sort of things. We just accepted the fact that we have a changing lifestyle, and I wanted to do more other things, and she wanted to do more caregiving. So, but that's enough of my life. I didn't want to talk too much about my stuff. But yeah, after 10 years of being with Sonia, she's as much as any girl that I've ever met, probably more. Loves dressing up, loves makeup, loves doing hair, loves all the stuff that girls do. Okay, she's post-op, so she, we have I suppose, once in a sense, a genetically regular sex life. But aside from that, I'm not going to go into all the nitty-gritty.
No. Yeah.
But it's a lot more enjoyable, to have somebody who's not only your intimate partner, but your best friend. And I think that's something that getting to be a regular girl. It's always that divide that you have to work with. I never, even at home, I never once get hounded about putting the toilet seat down or something. It just doesn't happen. That might be a Thai thing, I don't know. But in the 3 years, not once has anybody said about a toilet seat being. Anyway, so in closing, I think I might just wrap this up. I don't want to go on for too long. But what I'm getting at is the fact that if any relationship, transgender or otherwise, presents itself where money is required to keep them faithful, I think, in my opinion, that's when you start to sort of say, this is not a relationship.
Yeah.
This is a financial.
Yeah, business arrangement.
This is a business arrangement, and quite frankly, what sort of business is it? Well, you're trying to have an intimate relationship, so in effect, it's prostitution, right? Which is unheard of in Thailand. Doesn't happen. Katia, sorry. No prostitution in Katia, sorry. No prostitution in Bangkok. No prostitution anywhere. Sometimes the Thai authorities need to wake up and smell the roses. But anyway, hopefully that's an insightful bit of something for people. I don't know. Quite happy to sort of chat about it. Contact me one-on-one. Don't forget, we've got our meetups going every 2 weeks now. Thailand Bloggers Hub is where we announce that stuff. We're still just putting the final touches together on that. And these are sort of places that we can chat off camera. I'm quite happy to chat with people on Facebook, online, on whatever communication systems that they're open to. Facebook Messenger is the easiest because it's always in my face. Line's not so much in my face, right? But I still do have conversations online. Line, that's the Line app. No, I don't use, what's that, WhatsApp? Actually, I had WhatsApp, but I only
use it back home, but not out here. Everything's Line on.
I've put it on my phone just recently, but I've never used it yet.
I've only got one friend on the WhatsApp that I talk to, right? And that's the guy that's my Australian household residence. So that's our little private communication channel. I don't use it for anything else. But yeah, Facebook Messenger, Line, all these details are plugged in my description box below, and I'm easy to contact. Don't forget, guys, I'm here to have a chat, help you experience and have a good time in Thailand and learn all the inside story. Ian's he's halfway between that visitor and an expat with a long stay, and he's getting to see both sides of the world, which we've been talking about as well, which we may continue to talk about on his video because that was the subject we were talking about. But that's really what I wanted to cover off today in my video, and we are trying to sort of separate ourselves on our videos things as well. So we don't want to do the same subject. We want to do some different subjects at a time. Of course, Ian's going to probably use some bits and pieces on that on his video, but we'll probably finish my one up here. So hit that like button, guys. Don't forget his channel. What's it called?
Oh,
Tim Brook Taylor channel. No.
Our Thai journey.
Our Thai journey. Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Awesome comment.
That was a great series back then, wasn't it? And of course his channel as well. Up in the corner here, there'll be a little thing up there, just click on it.
Could be up here, could be up there, could be down there.
Never know which side it is. But yeah, there'll be links down below. Don't forget to hit these guys up and check their videos out. Ian does more about things and places around Thailand. Tim, he's more sort of getting his feet wet, learning all the intricate ropes of Thai living life. With his half Thai girlfriend, because I can't call her Thai anymore. She's lived in Canada for how long?
About 9 years, I guess.
9 years, so she's as much as a Faranga as everybody else. But it's amazing.
She was always a little different.
Yeah, she was always a bit more westernised than most of them. So it gives a different angle on that whole video sort of series. It's different to our sort of series. So we all have our different ways of doing things. So yeah, just check them out. Anyway guys, we'll catch you guys as soon as we can. Next video.